All right, it says we are live.
We're live. Today is Sunday, August 7th,
What?
2016.
What are you doing?
I was trying to make it sound like a newscast.
God, can this I think it's the best thing you can do.
It's started, by the way. It's live on the stream. So
Yo! What's up, people?
Yo!
We are back with the original Clue.
Yeah, welcome back.
Minus one person.
To the Otaku A-Team podcast, minus memory. We're all here, other than memory.
Which you had to point out twice.
Memory's not here.
Oh, God.
He's catching some gnarly waves, man.
Yeah, I thought I'd get that away first. This is my last podcast for 3 weeks.
No.
So let's make it a good one.
But
yeah,
we're gonna get rid of them.
So, I know you're all going to miss me. Everyone's going to miss me.
Yep.
So, we're just going to get straight into the questions and whatnot that we're answering. The first one is, can a voice actor be overused? And Habit, you could start this one off.
Me personally, I think that if a voice actor is good, I mean, that's really the reason why he's in that many roles. So, I mean, as long as he isn't like a weird voice actor, if that makes sense, like if he's not that great, the only case I really see is like, I mean, there's like the big 3 voice actors, obviously, but that's the majority, I think, is the dub voice actors are like that. I don't really think sub voice actors are all that much like that.
You'd be surprised, man, but okay.
Yeah, but more or less it's dub, because when you think of dub anime, I mean, most of the people are just the same 3, if that makes sense.
It does.
But that doesn't really happen, and I mean, sub all as much, because really all of the big dubs that air on TV and stuff like that are mostly voiced by the same people.
Which is understandable.
But I don't think so much it's a bad thing in some cases. Maybe for dub it's a little bit worse, but at least for sub it's not as bad, because it's not like every single anime is voiced by the same person, versus dub a lot of the time really is.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it's specifically a bad thing besides in dub anime. I think in dub they need more variety of people, but I think in sub it's just fine.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the sub, I can't compare it to dub because obviously I don't watch it, but
right.
I hear a lot of the same voice actors. You know, recently, I think the guy who voice acted Kirito is doing like, I don't even know how many shows he's in this season. He's doing like Soma, Kazuma, he's doing that Beetlejuice guy. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he's doing a lot this season, and to be fair, he's my favorite voice actor, so you know, I don't really care. It's good to see him in a lot of shows, and he's doing such a good job in Re:Zero. That voice acting is on point. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think obviously they can be used a lot, but I wouldn't say overused to the point where it's bad. Like it's definitely nowhere near that. As Habit said, the dub may be very different in terms of the voice actors, because I don't really know any of the English voice actors. They all sound pretty bad to me, honestly, but no offense to them, whoever likes them, whatever. But yeah, I like hearing a lot of the same voice actors, so that I can like say, I enjoy saying like, oh yeah, he voice acted this guy, and like trying to remember who else they voice acted while I'm watching it as well. So yeah, that's what I think about that.
Right.
It's good.
Nice.
I'm gonna say I'll play the opposite of this, where I understand why, at least in English dub, there has to be a lot of the same people. I mean, you have so many different anime, so many different characters. I mean, look at Assassination Classroom, for example, right? Assassination Classroom has, like 40 characters, 50 characters that are very popular characters, and they're all voiced by people that are very A-game in the English dub voice acting world. But typically you need to do a lot of that because it's just how are you going to hire so many people to do different voices? And, you have to train them, make sure they're able to do voices, make sure that people will recognize them and, be like, oh, that's someone who I've known from other stuff that I know does a very good job with this type of voice acting and all that. But I also, and like I said, playing devil's advocate here, I also feel like, if you actually did train some more people to do voice acting and you had more people, you can get some diversity that I think the industry kind of needs, especially in the English dub world. Because I just feel that there are too often, I know, I'm so happy I get to see, this guy do a voice for this character. But after 50 different works and you see that constant same voice actor doing every single character, it almost makes it where I almost think immediately of other characters that they've done. It's like, I don't think of the current role they're playing, if that makes any sense. I think of the person they played beforehand or the one played before that.
Right.
And, with the Japanese dub, which is, of course, their main thing, it's a little bit less like Habit said, a little bit less done, but even then it's done a lot. I mean, there are plenty of voice actors in Japan that do a million different roles, but the thing is why there's so many variances to them is because they do have different variant voice actors. They have different people that they do work on. They have their huge named voice actors, but then they also have dozens and dozens that are considered B-level that are still very well recognized. You've heard them in other things before, but not in the I guess the higher level things and all that. But I do honestly think, at least in the English dub department, they are a little overused sometimes. I mean, like, for example, I have no issue with this voice actor, Johnny Bosch. I love Johnny Bosch. He did Ichigo. He did several dozen Lelouch from Code Geass. He's done a lot of voice acting roles. But there was a time in 2000, like I think 8 to 2012, he was every main character for a show, and it's like, dude, I love your voice. I think it's awesome. But hearing you in every single role is also a little bit like, it's a little annoying. So I would hope it, like, because I know it's simulcast, right? Simulcasts now, because they're getting bigger and popular, they are actually having more lower grade or newer voice actors join the thing because, of course, they have to do it faster than before. And, I can't say all of them are great, but at least it shows promise that it's kind of, they realize this is happening. So I do think they could be overused. I just think it's kind of unavoidable. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, in voice acting in general, to be honest, I think it's not really annoying, so to say, but with Hunter x Hunter, for example, Gon and Killua, they're voiced by females. Surely there is like younger, good voice actors that can voice that like well, as a younger person, like maybe a kid, like, I don't know, someone that's like 16 or a bit younger. I mean, there could be good voice actors at that age actually voice acting someone that is young in a character sense instead of like a grown woman doing it, I mean, the voice actors are great. I love Killua's voice. I love Gon's voice. But there must be like younger voice actors that can play those roles though, instead of like the older females and whatnot. But
I mean, a perfect example is Sweetness of Lightning. They have, I think she's 16 or something like that. She's voicing a character though.
Much younger than
that. Is she much younger?
Yeah, let me have a look real quick.
All right, because I know her, regardless of how exactly young she is. I know she's a lot younger, voicing a younger girl. It makes sense because you can do that voice. You haven't hit the puberty level.
She was born in 2005.
Okay, well, yeah.
So I think she voices stuff in other things as well, like other bigger slice of life stuff.
But it goes to show you, though, she could do, she's young, but she could do voices already. She could do them very well. I mean, I love her character. What about you? What do you think, Miles?
I personally don't mind it, honestly, and that's probably for the fact that, I mean, I watch sub more than dub, but when it comes to like, I mean, I agree with everybody's statement that, it needs more diversity with the English voice actors to actually voice other stuff and that we need new actors and whatnot. But at the same time, I also feel that if I am familiar with a voice actor in an anime, it makes me more inclined to go rewatch, a series and check it out.
That's a good point, yeah.
So, I mean, it goes hand in hand, to be honest with you. I'm like 50-50, really. I mean, I agree that it needs diversity to actually have more actors in the field, but at the same time, I love having current actors voicing, my favorite shows because it makes me more inclined to go back and rewatch them. So,
yeah, iOS mentioned iOS Otaku mentioned Bryce Paperback, who he does Kirito actually for the voice acting English dub, and he's used a lot lately. His been done so much now.
He's a big voice actor. I mean, as of late too, as well. A lot of the stuff that has been coming out that has been dubbed from like the recent season, he's taken part in a character in most of the shows.
Yeah, exactly. And I have no issue with that, but it's like, once in a while I like someone else to do voices too, not just hear the same guy nonstop.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, I think it's more of a problem in dub rather than sub. There's always going to be the bigger like voice actor or like actor in general. I mean, it's like that in movies and TV shows and such. I mean, look at any good action movie. You can think of a couple people that'd be in like a good action movie. And I mean, most of the time it's the same couple of people, you know?
Oh yeah, like Tom Cruise is like every live, like super high budget action stuff. Bruce Willis used to be like that too. Then you have, I'm not Samuel L. Jackson, what's his face? I can't think of the guy's name. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was a lot of roles that had him playing God or some higher voiced actor and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name. Jason something, the dude who does all the Bourne movies and stuff.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Sorry. Then who's the other person I'm thinking of? I don't know. But I mean, those are the people that you think of when you think of like the crazy, like fighting, in an action movie.
Right. No, it's true because they are always in action movies, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same situation there. I just think more of an issue in dub just because of the fact there's not as many voice actors or not as many good voice actors, I guess. Not as many accomplishments to other ones versus in sub. Pretty much every single person you really see pop up in like a better anime, they're gonna have other anime that they've done that's good, but it's not really the case in dub. I mean, in some cases they just have to pick people that nobody really knows, which can be a good or a bad thing, but if they're not really known, then chances are they're probably not that good when it comes to dub. But sub, I think it's kind of okay, because I mean, they're there at that point. Like, anime is more popular there, obviously, than it is here. So, more people are into it. More people practice that sort of thing. And honestly, they're just better at it altogether than we are for the most part. So,
well, they also have. I think one thing I love about Japanese voice acting is they have a better dynamic when it comes to like the bigger group dynamic. Because the one thing is that, and this goes back to like watching commentary stuff where they talk about it in the English dub. They do separate rooms and they do it over like so we have person A comes in, voices their role, then person B comes in and voices their role for the next section or whatever. And Japan, a lot of times they actually do the voice acting all in one giant studio, so they're all talking at the same time, almost more so like a real conversation. Which is why you notice a lot more times when everyone's getting worked up or really furious with one another in a particular scene, it doesn't seem like there's ever a breakaway. It seems like they're just doing that, and I love that. And that's one thing that I think we could do something similar if we learned how they kind of do that themselves. But I understand why they do that too, though, because the lip flap. They have to actually make the lips go in sync with the character and all that in English dub. But it's just it's too much. I think that we need new people to come up and take the mantle sometimes too.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I'll add in too is I saw somebody say something about Bleach and Naruto and stuff. The iOS Otaku. Stuff like that back then, for dub anime and such, it didn't really matter who was the voice actor per se, because back then you kind of had like cheesy voice acting where it was almost like read a script off of a piece of paper. So
what is that over there? Oh God, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, realistically, anybody could do it back then, but as of probably the last 10 years or so, I mean, voice acting from like the 90s or before so hard to watch, because it's like you're sitting there like hearing some like emotionless person read something off a piece of paper. Like, oh my gosh, My sister just died. I need to get revenge on this guy. All right, team, roll out.
That's like Transformers.
I just watched a video recently, which I thought was very, very cool and awesome. Sean Chanel or Chamel, I think is pronounced. How you pronounce his name?
Yeah, I know
he does the voice for Goku in Dragon Ball Z,
and also Berserk too.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's a voice. He's one of the. I think his name is Goto something. Goto. It's like he's one of the mercenaries that follows under Guts' mercenary.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like I saw this video of him voice acting in the Battle of the Gods, like
going like Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it was him like yelling, and you have also the voice actor of Beerus showing how they were like yelling and going through like the vocal ranges to make the fight scenes come to life and everything, and I thought that was so cool. Like they do an awesome job at that stuff. Like,
you see his like veins popping out of his head and shit, looking like he's about to have like really a hernia.
Red. I love it, dude. It just shows you the amount of passion that they have.
But like even when they do it, like you see every person's like different way that they like kind of charge up, and they all have their like stance, and they tried to like make a stance like Goku or something like that while they're voice
they're
acting
using their body movements, not just their voice. I love it. It's awesome.
So I guess it adds more depth per se into the voice acting. I mean, I'd say it's probably better now. I mean, you can still see that sense in Dragon Ball, like at least the TV shows. The movies are a bit better, but the TV shows still have that like cheesy style voice acting for the most part. But I mean, I'd say Dragon Ball is one of the few that can pull it off. I mean, like because Pokemon and like Digimon and stuff like that still does it, but
oh hell yeah. That's because they're aiming that at kids, though. I don't think that I think there was Eagle Raptor made a thing a long time ago called like Sister Chan, I think it was, or something like that. I forgot the exact Girl Chan in Paradise it was called, and he made a joke that at the last episode of that, and I wonder if anyone in the comments knows about this, but there was a joke where he goes, none of the kids are going to understand if you just throw a character that died back into the show. No one's going to care. Like they're not going to. And he goes, we have to do the integrity of the show and make sure that everyone understands what's going on. He goes, no one's going to care. Okay, they're stupid kids. They're just going to watch the show, see explosions, and be happy with that. And if you think about it, Digimon and Pokemon, a lot of the kids that watch it are just watching it just because they don't really care what they're talking about, how they're talking. They just want to see the action. They want to see the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So they don't really care about the voice acting.
I mean, and like when it comes to Pokemon and stuff like that, I think they betray the voice acting towards like more Americanized like cartoons. Like you can see like a resemblance between that and like Dora the Explorer, or like some random kids show where it's like, all right, let's do this, let's go get it, all right.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. I mean, in some cases, it really is like that, and Pokemon like over exaggerated, or I don't know.
Especially Ash's voice.
No, the new Ash's voice, like the one that does him currently. I saw an episode of that, and that's not the same guy as before. The same girl as before. I know that, right?
I believe when it came to Diamond or something like that, they changed the main voice actor.
Right, actress, because it was a girl that played Ash. Right, and I'll tell you though, it's women. It's really bad though. Regardless, compared to like original, it's bad.
It still sounds pretty similar. I mean, you can tell it's like a different person, but it's still pretty similar. But the Japanese one, I believe the same person that has voiced the Japanese one is still voicing the Japanese one. Because the person has stuff in like Digimon and other things as well.
Right. Kuro K said Pokemon Digimon only shows that you view it in English. I kind of agree with them because you ever watch those shows in Japanese? Pokemon and Digimon in Japanese are kind of weird.
It's very weird because the dub in Pokemon is very, very good. I mean, that's why a lot of people don't like consider Pokemon or like Digimon like I mean, you consider it an anime, but most people wouldn't think it's an anime, and you wouldn't really like put Digimon or Pokemon on like a top anime list or something like that, because
I'm pretty sure it probably is on someone's sample.
It's very Americanized, you know? I mean, I feel like after Pokemon like had a hit in America, it's more centered to America. I don't know. And I feel like that's probably like the appeal it still has like today, you know?
All right. Well, that was a long topic.
I told you that would. I told you that was not going to be like 2 seconds long, dude.
That wasn't the one I was talking about, though.
I know the other one too, but I'm saying that before. Like, don't worry. I know that these topics could be longer than 2 seconds.
All right. Next question. What is the most annoying type of anime fan? Professor, you can start this one off.
All right. Well,
I've been talking for so long.
I was talking for a long time too. Don't feel bad.
My most hated anime fan, I guess, or annoying, I should say, is probably the elitist. Because the elitists, like, they'll say that, oh, this show, this one show, is their favorite show of all time, and they will rub it in your face and say that it's the best thing ever to be created, and you'll be like, okay,
anime.
Oh, okay. Well, can you explain why? And they'll just say, "Oh, it's just that good. It's just that good, dude." Like
it is just
they rub it in your face and they defend the living crap out of it. They don't acknowledge the flaws because every series has flaws. Okay, every series has flaws. Okay, but if you say one thing, you say, "Oh, well, I personally like this show better," and they'll be like, "Yo, no, your opinion is wrong. No, this show is better than that." Blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. Elitists, like, they get on my nerves. Like, if you have a favorite series and whatnot, and you're talking to a friend about it and they respect your opinion, that's all well and good because everybody has different opinions. But when somebody is trying to push a series down your throat and just, say that it's the best thing ever created in the whole entire universe of infinity, it just gets annoying. Right. That's what we call weeaboos.
Damn, that is what we call weeaboos. You're not kidding.
I
mean, I'm an otaku. I mean, I at least have an opinion, and I'm willing to respect people's opinions. But holy shit!
Who wants to go next?
I'll guess I'll go next. I've kind of got two. Now, the first one is kind of controversial. Some people may hate me for it or whatever. I don't hate all of them, but the shippers. Okay, these, like, a lot of, like, some of them are fine. You ship who you want, whatever. I don't really care. I mean, you could do what you want. I'm not going to stop you from doing it, just from my opinion. But I do not like shipping characters and whatnot, unless it's obviously like a freaking romance and characters are going to get together. But if it's not a freaking romance, I don't need all your freaking yaoi and yuri ships all the freaking time, right? Because some people get bad views of it, people are going to see these freaking pictures and be like, oh, that's obviously some yaoi bullcrap or something like that. And you're just like, it's not. Like, I hate, like, the ships of, like, I just hate general ships like yaoi, yuri, whatever.
No,
it's really annoying.
Together.
It is really annoying. Like, for example, like, later on, like, if there was romance, which there isn't, it would be closer to the main character and the girl character instead of, like, the two main character guys, right? And like, I don't know, they're just annoying because they, as I said, they give off bad vibes to people. They think it's yaoi, but it's not, and they could be missing out on a great show just because of, one thing's kind of ruined their perspective of it, I guess you could say, going into it. But I mean, you do what you do. Like, you could still do it, but I just don't like ships in general, to be honest. And the next type of people are freaking annoying as hell. Annoying as hell. The critique people, like, they critique everything.
Is that all?
Like, they no, like, it's just like a lot of people have forgotten how to enjoy a freaking show nowadays. because they look. I've said this many times. They judge like some things off of like one little bit of animation, like, oh, this animation was off at this point, so this freaking sucks, right? And it's like, just freaking enjoy it, man.
Dude, that sky didn't move enough.
They don't even watch to enjoy it. They watch to critique it. And it's like, just freaking watch it, man. What's the point of watching anime? Go freaking do something else with your life instead of watching anime. We don't need your bullcrap wrong opinions, right?
So true.
Just freaking watch and enjoy the show. But yeah, those like shippers, I don't mind them to a certain extent, but it goes overboard at sometimes. Like you need to know when to calm down on the ships, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go next? Can I go next?
And then the critiques, But yeah, Blade, you can go next.
All right, cool. So my least favorite anime fan. It's almost close to what Professor said with the elitists, but I don't think these are elitists per se. I just think it's the ones that overhype something or push it onto you.
Wow,
like I had a whole anime talk about that. Oh, is it really? No, seriously. I cannot stand the people that put in comments to watch the same show. Like, oh, dude, go check this show out. And it's like, I'll get to it eventually. Dude, have you checked that show yet out? Man, dude, you have to watch the show. Go watch that show now. Seriously, man. Have you not watched episode 1? Episode 5 was amazing, man. This show was dude.
So basically hypers.
Exactly. Like, do not and even more so, and then like they keep pushing you to watch it. Like, get to it. Watch it now. You should watch it now. Go watch it now. You got plenty of time. You're not watching it today, right? Dude, shut the hell up. I will get to it eventually. And you telling me to watch it over and over again makes me keep pushing it back to the back burner of my mind because I don't want to watch it now. Like, it makes me hate the show without even watching the show. And I've had this happen with some very popular things. And like Joker Game, I had a whole bunch of people telling me Joker Game was so amazing in the beginning that it made me not want to watch it at all. And I still haven't watched it. And other people said now, oh, it's okay. It's not it's not that great or whatever. But the initial hype for it that I was getting from a lot of my friends that were watching outside of just YouTube and in general would not shut up, man. Like every freaking text message would watch this, and then no, please listen to me, folks. Okay, do not push anime on people. It is like the most annoying freaking thing you can do. Okay,
yeah, faggot.
You can you can tell someone to watch something that's perfectly fine. Like I appreciate learning new anime from people. I've had it happen all the time. I appreciate you telling me that hey, this show is really good, man. Check it out one day. That's fine. That's normal. But would you keep every message or every comment on another video is, have you checked that show yet? Have you watched the show yet? Have you seen the show? No, just no. Stop it. I will take any other type of anime fan, but you guys that do this, it pisses me off so much. And if you're one of those people, I'm sorry in advance, but it is like the biggest turnoff for me to have someone do that to me in general. I will not watch a show when you do that.
So Blade, have you watched that yet?
No, man, I haven't watched that yet, bro. Fuck off. No.
All right, Habit.
I mean, mainly the overhypers is probably my main thing I find most annoying. I guess it more happens with ongoing stuff versus like anime that's already finished. I mean, it does happen with anime that finished like the top anime, like the top maybe 20 anime you see on Mal. A lot of them are pretty overhyped, I'd say. A lot of them don't really deserve to be in the top 20. A lot of the stuff that does deserve to be in the top 20 is pretty low for the most part, considering most people know it's good, so they don't really like overhype it. I feel like the majority of the stuff that people overhype is like new stuff, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like I said, all the ongoing stuff, like when the craze for One Punch Man and like Erased, and I mean, there's
even Mob Psycho this season, honestly. But that's a freaking letdown and a half, that is, to be honest.
I mean, the only reason that was hyped is because of the whole
One Punch Man
thing. But I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's weird to me because even the things that I like, I don't really go, oh, you gotta watch this now, dude. You gotta watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Unless I'm just trying to be funny or annoying on purpose or something like that. But
exactly.
I don't go, hey guys, you watch this yet?
Yeah,
and then like the next day I'm like, yo, so you ever get around to watching that? And then the next day I'm
annoying,
like,
right? So
yo,
annoying.
why are you watching this? You should be watching that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I won't say I've never done something like that. But
I think we've all done it once in the past, but I don't think any of us here have done that to the point that it's annoying as shit.
Yeah, besides like frickin' Professor with Berserk.
What?
No, I think I didn't get to the point of annoyance, but when I was watching Hunter x Hunter, I was kind of like, everyone needs to freaking watch this. Come on.
Yeah, but you weren't done. Yeah, but see, you're just saying everyone should watch this. Like, you need to. You're not telling individual people, "Hey, dude,
I guess.
watch this now." Like, watch right now.
I was kind of pressured into watching Hunter x Hunter from Travis, but I mean, at least
you don't
like
regret it though, do you?
At least the hype was for like something, but I mean, look at the hype for like One Punch Man. If like I watched that when the show was like over and had to watch it all at once, I'd have been so disappointed. Or like Erased or like anything like that, I would probably contemplate suicide, that someone just wasted my time like that. Because, I mean, the hype for One Punch Man was, like, the hype for something like Hunter x Hunter or, like, some crazy, like, incredible really show. It's, like, the equivalence to someone trying to get you into, like, Full Metal Alchemist or something like that. But it was, like, this show that was just a superhero parody show.
Yeah.
And it's, like, I've seen a million of those. There's one, like, every couple of months in English movies. I mean... There's literally, like I said, there's literally one like every couple of months that comes out, and it's like it's the same shit over and over again. Just because it's anime doesn't mean it's different.
Good point.
I mean, and in my opinion, I mean, One Punch Man, it wasn't even like that funny, or like the action scenes weren't crazy, or like I don't know, it wasn't like over the top in any stance for me. I was never like, holy shit dude, you see that animation dude, or holy shit dude, that was hilarious. Like it was pretty funny, but it wasn't anything.
Dude, did you not
special.
See that one scene with I was cracking up, man? How were you not laughing at that scene, man? You should have been laughing at
just
that.
Some like seasons of anime, like some people, you know, those people who kind of set themselves, you know, I'm going to watch 5 anime this season, right? 5 different shows.
Yeah.
And then they hear this overhyped stuff. Like, for example, Mob Psycho this season, right? They say they've got these 5 shows, but Mob Psycho isn't one of them. They hear of the the hype of it, and then they remove something off the list and add that to it. Right. And then it's just that disappointing. And then they're missing out on the show. Maybe they drop something that's like really underrated this season, but really good. And they drop that for Mob Psycho. Like, come on.
Like I'm sorry, Mob Psycho is like painfully bad. Like it was not good in any.
It's not good.
Any sense. It was like the really shitty version of One Punch Man, which is an average watch.
That was One Punch Man made by a 10-year-old.
I mean, it was just, like I said, the shit-stained version of a regular show.
Yeah, it was pretty... Like, the first minute of Mob Psycho, I thought the show was going to be awesome, just because of how much ass he was kicking in the very beginning, when he was like that black silhouette that was like crushing everything. I'm like, oh man, this show might be really good. And then it goes right into the next scene. I'm like, oh.
I think I genuinely like Super Lovers more than Mob Psycho.
No, man. No,
I think his explosion thing was kind of cool, but that's the only thing I can really give the show. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm giving it next episode. If next episode doesn't do anything for me, I'm completely dropping it. But like that, the art style is just disgusting.
It is really
bad. I can barely get through it with that art style. Like, I'm sorry. It's
colorful,
supposed to be like that. Like, nobody gives a crap if it's supposed to be like that. It looks like trash.
I mean, I just want to go on this One Punch Man thing this guy said. He said comedy and action scenes are worth it in One Punch Man. I don't even think that, man. I just think I
like One Punch Man. I think it's fine.
If you have nothing better to do, and you're bored and you just want something to watch that doesn't matter if you pay attention or not, maybe One Punch Man is good. But other than that, it's kind of lackluster. It's not even that good of like a superhero parody, in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't think the show was bad. I gave it a high rating. I look back at my rating for it, I think it's maybe a little too high, but
it was kind of funny, but even like the action wasn't like over the top, like, oh dude, this was so intense, the scene was like freaking crazy, dude, you see that animation? Like, no, all that happened was it was a funny joke and this guy punched somebody once and the dude dies.
It did. Listen, man, it did have some nice animation at times, though. It really had some nice stuff going on. It's
maybe like the last episodes, I'd say, were probably the best of it, but
yeah, this is the opinion. A lot of people have mixed opinions of One Punch Man. Either people love it or hate it. So it's like,
I mean, I don't love it or hate it. I just think it's like just average. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I mean, if somebody really wanted to watch something like that, I wouldn't say not to.
A Beg 100 said, "Wow, someone is hating." Well, that's understandable. If you don't like something, you don't like something.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you can think what you think, I guess.
All right.
Apparently, Black Days wants some body pillows for the Otaku A team.
No.
Showcasing all 5 members.
No. It's a simple answer. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, final question is, what is the creepiest topic question? Same thing. What is the creepiest thing in anime? We'll start off with Blade this time.
All right. So for me, I see a lot of different things in anime. That's kind of be expected when you watch a lot of anime. I still think the creepiest thing in any anime ever made or anything in general is the incest-like moments. Like when they have any incest or any form of joking incest, it's very creepy and disturbing to me. I don't know. There's something odd. Like I talked about this before. I've watched Orimo, and I know people like mix with Orimo because of how creepy it is too. Orimo, I thought was funny, at least that its creepy tone was always kind of a back burner thought. It wasn't front and center all the time. But like, for example, Yosuga no Sora, which the last several episodes were creepy and disgusting as shit because that was all incest. That stuff like that is creepy. Exclamation mark, which is a 12-episode series. The mother, I think it's the mother and the sister love the main character. Her son. That's disturbing. That's not funny to me. It's just creepy. I've never understood why, in Japan at least, why they think incest is funny. I mean, I guess because it's taboo that it creates these awkward, maybe potentially funny sequences. But to me, it's always just been more awkward and disturbing, not awkward or funny. It gets away sometimes when they're like not related. Like there's a show called Oni AI, I think it's called, or something like that, where the main character is not related to the girl, but the girl thinks she's related to him. So it's awkward up until you realize, oh, they're not related at all. She's adopted, so it's a little less awkward then. But it's still kind of creepy to me. I don't know. And I mean, I've seen a lot of weird shit in anime. I really have, but I still think, yeah, that's incest or any type of incest is creepy as shit.
Hey, Travis, look, that guy said just straight up Hisoka.
Yeah, dude, he said what I said earlier. Yep, that's pretty much my answer. I don't really need to elaborate on that because Hisoka is Hisoka. Creepy as hell. But he's a great character. Great character, creepy as hell. That's all I got to say about this one. Hisoka. I agree with you. So yeah. Habit?
I'd probably say like tentacle shit, probably. I mean,
tentacle shit?
I feel like a lot of the time it's more or less a joke, but I mean, look at like To Love Ru and like stuff like that. People tell me to like watch it, and they're like, if you get past the first tentacle scenes in the first couple episodes, and it gets pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, no.
You have to get past that,
I don't want that.
If you have to tell me to get past the first couple tentacle scenes, see ya. But other than that, I'd say probably like weird like yaoi vibes in anime, I suppose. Like maybe like weird flamboyant male
Super
characters.
Lovers?
I mean, yeah, at least that's like a actual, I mean, yaoi, but look at like, I mean, I guess Hisoka is like a good example of that. Just a weird, kind of more flamboyant character who's into two little boys.
Yeah.
I mean, more or less that's what it is. I mean, he's like, wow, they're so powerful. Time to bust a nut. No, I'd probably say tentacles, though, is probably one of the weirdest things in anime.
Yeah.
Professor?
For me, it's the lolies. When it comes to the freaking like little kids in anime episodes, I get worried every time I see one because I feel like,
Nightmare fuel.
He gets nightmares from lolies.
Yeah, because every time I see one, I feel like I'm about to like experience like a scene fan servicing the little girl or whatever, what have you, and that really worries me, dude. That really worries me. So
right,
every time I see a little kid, I'm just like,
wow,
please don't be fan service. So yeah, I don't know. That's mine.
Right.
Wow.
Well.
I just can we just like end on the note that every single creepy thing that we have together has been in some anime, probably like all the stuff we just mentioned. There probably is an anime where it's all been thrown together, which is kind of disturbing.
Black Bullet isn't that bad.
Black Bullet is not that bad, and they really don't have a lot of like lowly scenes or anything like that. So, I mean, they do occasionally, but it's never anything that bad.
I don't even remember a scene like that, honestly, but
just trust me, there is. Like in the first couple episodes alone, there is.
Oh, you know what I hate too is like rape scenes in anime.
Oh god, those are
like
the horse in one of the latest Berserk episodes. There you go.
No, like in Batum. Have you seen Batum?
Oh my god, yeah. Whoa, that's
or Kantai Collection.
Batum, the girl is what, 15?
I mean, it's not even that. It's just like it's so creepy. I mean,
they introduced like in the manga, they introduced some other girl too that's really young, and it's just disturbing the stuff they put in there.
I mean, it's not even the fact that it like she's young. The guy's just like completely like mental. I mean, I don't even know how to even explain it. It's just like it makes you genuinely uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, no, dude, you think it's bad in the anime? You should actually read the manga. The manga's worse. The anime is actually toned down from the manga.
I believe it. I mean,
no, do you know the guy? I know the artist though, because he does something called Death Smiles for the Xbox, which was like one of the most at one time controversial games. Yeah, and he does the art for that, and I'm like, why do people are not surprised? Like there was people that played Death Smiles, then watched Batum later on. And they're like, oh, this is so creepy. I'm like, because it's got creepy stuff in it. That's
all
I
have to say is
characters.
I watched it because there was a suggestion from Sword Art Online or something like that, and oh god, it's nothing like Sword Art Online. Like
that's more like Battle Royale.
I watched it, and honestly, like I'm kind of a little bit scarred, especially because the fact like I was going in and I was like, oh dude, people say this is like Sword Art. I think I might like that. Oh, God. What is this?
Wait, what was that? B-Tomb or what?
It's...
What?
What are we talking about?
It's a dark version of, like, a game world, I guess. I mean, there's, like, rape scenes.
Well, it's real.
There's,
it's a real thing, though. Real place.
Yeah, like, it's really, like, gritty compared to, like, Log Horizon or, like, Sword Art. And
the main concept is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, just the fact that it was recommended through Mal or something like that is kind of like fucked up.
Well, the main concept is Japan. You can give a thing to the government if you don't like someone. So you have to like say, oh, I hate this person because they're like this or that. And what they do is they kidnap that person, put them onto a plane, and drop them onto an island. And they give them little tiny miniature bombs. And the only way for them to actually survive is to kill off other players of the island to get enough of these little jewels and then go finally get back to Japan.
Yeah.
But it has a whole bunch of stuff where it has like, you have serial killers there, you have rapists, you have like pedophiles in some of the scenes, some areas.
And then the main character is just some nerd whose parents didn't like him.
Yes.
His parents
he's staying home all day.
His own parents are the one who sent them to the island because he was some freaking gamer nerd. So they were like, yeah, fuck that kid. Let's go get him killed.
Yep. So true. That's the sad part.
I mean, like...
my son's home all day. Time for him not to be home all day.
Like, the guy had, like, a real, like, shock in reality when he realized that these people really didn't give a fuck about him and are really about to fucking kill him. Like, I think it's in the first, like, episode where he tries to negotiate with this person, and he's like, yeah, none of us have to kill each other or something like that, and then this dude just starts fucking running after him, throwing bombs and shit at him.
Yeah, and then he lobs a grenade at him.
It's like, hey, die or go crazy and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, there's not very many options. Batum's not, like, Batum... interesting premise. It's just not executed very well.
I mean, I won't say it's not good if you are into something darker like that, but I mean, I went into it thinking it was like Sword Art Online or Log Horizon. And
well, because it's recommended. That's stupid as shit, because that's not anything like those.
And then I'm like, yeah, this is kind of like the scariest thing I probably ever watched in my life. It's very disturbing. There's a lot of disturbing stuff in there.
Was it good though?
Not really. It's not horrible. It's okay. It doesn't, and also it doesn't, because the manga was still ongoing. It doesn't really have a conclusive ending. It's one of those like, go read the manga if you want the rest of it.
I also don't think they'll probably ever finish it because of how fucked up it is.
No, hell no. It wasn't even that popular even in Japan. It wasn't popular. The manga's okay, but the anime wasn't that popular.
I mean, like, yeah, I wouldn't really say you should go and watch it, especially because I wouldn't recommend it because of how fucked up it is in the first place, but no, it's really disturbing, more or less.
Right.
I mean, it's not even per se all about, like, the thing they get taken to, like the island or whatever they get taken to. It's more of just like the fucked up shit behind it. Like, it's some kid who gets sent away by his parents because all they wanted to do is play video games, and now he's up against like rapists and killers and.
Dude, look at the main girl. Like, this is not spoiler about it. Bale talks about this right away. The main girl is sent there after she got raped.
Yeah.
Like, she became traumatized by being raped by someone. And her friend, I guess, got pissed off that even though she allowed that to happen to her also. So she goes, oh, I'm going to send her to the island, and fucking sends her. Does she really deserve that? She needs right now help. And you just send her to an island to get raped again, because she does get raped on the island. So it's like, dude, what the hell?
Oh, yeah, the opening to that was really good.
Yeah, I think Batum, they talked about the opening a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might watch it.
You should check it. It's not, like I said, it's
I know.
Just...
Like, a lot of people on Twitter actually kind of like said they really enjoyed it. So
you might love it. I like the manga. The manga's fucked up, but I like the manga more than the show.
Yeah, I mean, if you like shit like Berserk and like crazy over the top shit like that, you might like it.
Yeah, if you really do, like, if you like the dark, like, if you like, in general, if anyone that might want to watch this, if you like dark stuff, can't do much worse than Batum. It's dark.
Yeah, I mean, it has just about
Madoka Magica.
Oh my god, my friend said he hated Madoka Magica. By the way, like, he watched the other day with his girlfriend. He hates that show. He said,
"I've never seen it."
Nor have I. I've always planned on it, but I've just never seen it.
It's basically a little magical girl anime, but it's supposed to be like the darkest, like, magical girl anime ever.
Yeah. We still have that question from the iOS Otaku. He asked, what's the weirdest thing about anime that you had to explain to your family?
Fan service.
I haven't had to explain anything because they don't question me.
Yeah.
I know. I explained to my mom this. Cousins, because she didn't know that about Japan with like how anime has a lot of times with cousins, like, oh, it's okay to be with the cousin if it's the first cousin or whatever. I had to explain that to my mom once. That was weird.
I get up this morning and I went to go make breakfast in the kitchen, and my mom comes in and she goes like, "Hi there, Professor Anime." And I'm like, "Oh, what? Did you check out my videos?" And she's like, "Yeah, I subscribed." And I'm like, "Did you understand anything I had to say?" And she goes like, "Nope."
Dude, my dad calls it Blade Ninja or Ninja Blade.
If my parents said that to me, I'd be like, "I'm freaking moving out. I'm out of here."
I'd be like, "See ya." You think I want half the cringeworthy, like the cringeworthy shit that I do, like my parents do?
Dude, my mom and dad watch, and I'm 26 years old. They watch on YouTube my reviews sometimes, and it's very weird because they're like, "Oh yeah, I like that review you did." I'm like, "Wait, what?" "Oh yeah, I saw this review for some show you did." Like, I'm like, "You're never even gonna watch a show. Why'd you even watch the review for it, guys?"
Yeah,
no, I've never really been.
Kind of awkward for me.
I've never been put in that situation per se. Besides, like the one time I went to like some anime store with my mom, she was like, "Is there gonna be some weird shit?" And I was like, "Probably not. It's just anime."
You might find this weird, but not me.
Josie looks like she has a question.
I have never had that situation, nor will I probably ever. So yeah.
My question, Josie asked, "Why is this podcast only have 17 viewers?" That happens.
No idea.
If we announced ReZero, people would have been like, "Here, flock it over," but we can't do ReZero every episode because that'd be kind of stupid.
And that means freaking Habit wouldn't be here for like every podcast.
Yeah, for the next like 7, he wouldn't be here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you. We should have more, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we try our best. Hopefully, we get a lot more later down the road. But we appreciate all the viewers we have so far.
Yep. You guys are awesome. You guys make us keep coming back to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Except that one guy. You know who you are, guy. Not gonna say your name, but you know who you are. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only joking.
Yeah. So with that, I think we'll end this one here, eh?
Sure. We're gonna miss you, Travis. You're not gonna be here for 3 weeks, man.
I will see you all in 3 weeks' time.
3 weeks, man. That's like 500 years. God.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I know.
But to the people that are worried about that, we're most likely going to get other people to kind of supplement them.
Some of the community members.
Yeah, some of the community members will probably join us. We're not saying anyone yet because we're not 100% sure, but we'll definitely try to get some of them in. So this way, it won't be just us 4 or anything like that. It'll be 5 people probably.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. That should be fun.
Yeah. So
sad music.
Sad music.
Cue the sad music. You can all just do the music yourself. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can subscribe to all of our channels. Links are in the description. Follow us all on Twitter and the Otaku A-Team Twitter. Subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you all in the next one.
And check out the club on Mal.
Everyone else will.
And
check out the club on Mal.
Hey.
See ya in 3 weeks.
Adios. Later, everyone. We'll be back. Not him. He's going to be gone 3 weeks. We'll be back.
See ya.